Welcome, and thanks for viewing this recording of the Lync 2013 Daily Demo. This session is designed to help you discover Lync and outline the benefits that Lync provides as a unified communications tool. I'll also leave you with some suggested next steps and direct you to additional Lync resources. In today's world, we use a variety of applications, devices, programs, and platforms to stay in touch and communicate with others. From email to voice calling, video to desktop sharing, chatting to voicemail, we all use a multitude of methods for connecting. Now, to add to the complexity, these various technologies are constantly evolving and not everyone's using the same tools. This is where Lync can make a real difference, because what Lync does is pull it all together. Lync is designed to unify your communications technologies so that connecting is easier. You'll be able to save time and have richer conversations without the hassle of juggling separate applications to manage each component. Today we're going to go through some examples to illustrate this point. One thing to keep in mind, Lync is a highly flexible and customizable tool. This means that the Lync features and tools that you have access to are going to depend on what your company has purchased and how your organization has chosen to deploy Lync. For specifics about how Lync will work in your organization, make sure to speak with your own technical support or deployment teams. So let's take a look at using the interface. Lync is designed to help you quickly find the people you want to talk to and then connect with those people with only a click or two. The main Lync window keeps your list of contacts front and center and uses color-coded visuals called presents to let you see at a glance whether someone's free or busy. These work a lot like traffic signals, where green means go and red means stop, with a couple of other options in between. You'll even be able to see if a person is available when you aren't looking at Lync, because Lync integrates with other programs like Outlook and SharePoint. This means you'll always know if it's a good time to chat, and you can start messages from anywhere you see one of these presence indicators. Now, starting a chat is as easy as clicking on the person's name or on the group name. Let's say I wanted to talk to Peter to get his help in fine-tuning a project I was creating. With Lync, I simply hover over Peter's contact information, hover over his picture, and the buttons will appear next to his name that I can choose from. If I wanted to see more of Peter's contact information, I click on the Person button. This is going to show me not only his general contact information, emails and phone numbers, it'll also show me how he fits into the organization in terms of who he reports to and who else reports to that same person. But I can also add other information so that Lync will display what's happening in other social networking sites that Peter is posting to, like LinkedIn or Skype. So what this is letting me do is keep all the details for how I might reach out to Peter organized, which means I don't have to log into a bunch of different applications in order to connect with him. So once I've decided how I want to contact Peter, whether it's chat, email, or calling him, it's as easy as one click, choosing the button next to his name, to get connected. Let's say I started a simple text chat with Peter, but soon discover that what we're covering really needs to go deeper, and I'd like to speak with him instead. All I have to do is click on one extra button from that conversation we're already in, and I can flow from what was a simple text chat into a richer conversation that includes audio or video or desktop sharing, as needed. I'm not having to set up a separate meeting. I'm not having to dig out any phone conference IDs. I just click a button. Now, this ability to add the enriched audio or video with a click means that colleagues and customers from across town or around the globe have the opportunity to see each other's gestures, hear the conviction and people's tones of voice, and follow these live demos in real time without any travel or extra expense. And we're not having to patch together separate tools, which means getting started in these conversations is even easier. Now, adding extra people isn't a problem either. Our one-on-one conversation can easily become an ad hoc group meeting with a click. So if Peter decides we really need input by Brian, from our conversation we simply click the people icon and we can invite additional folks to our conversation. Now think about this. How many seemingly endless email threads have you been a part of that you could have avoided if that group of people had chosen to collaborate in real time with Lync rather than slogging back and forth over email? It could mean that your inbox was less cluttered. It could mean that you're coming to your decisions more quickly and more collaboratively with these real-time conversations. So this is the kind of benefit we mean when we talk about Lync making it easier for folks to communicate. Now, if we do extend what was a chat into a larger group type meeting, all the visuals are simply going to be added adjacent to the list of who's in that conversation and any text conversation that's happening. The meeting administration buttons, how you would add additional content, affect the audio, video, sharing options, are all tucked away neatly to the bottom. But in the bottom right corner, there are additional viewing buttons. Everyone in the meeting, for instance, gets to select what view they'd like to have. As a presenter, I often have the presentation view selected so that I focus on the content and the participants. When I'm attending a meeting, or if I'm in a more collaborative team session, I often choose the gallery view so I can see the video from anyone who's chosen to turn on their webcam, or the still pictures for anyone who simply joined the meeting but not turned their camera on. Now, beyond the text chat area, the voice, webcam video, and desktop sharing that we've already discussed, you can also add other types of content to your Lync conversation or Lync meeting. Things like a polling question, a whiteboard for brainstorming. These are all options you would add from the presentation button, again tucked away in the bottom of the meeting environment. You can also add files like PowerPoint, and if you have multiple presenters, you might load several of those to have them at the ready. But my favorite part is being able to add files that other people can download into the attachments area. With the attachments area, I don't have to wrangle with my FTP site anymore. I know for myself I was running into size limits on trying to send files to clients over email. Now what I do instead is get them into a Lync conversation, attach the file, and without any hassle, they're able to download that material then and there with those strings. Simply a click and it's done. So I do think it's often easier to see some of this in action, which means I'm going to go ahead and start a demo at this point, and I'll go ahead and share my desktop. Now, I often collaborate with my colleagues on ongoing projects, even though I'm rarely in the same physical space as them. So for our demonstration today, with my Lync window right here, my information, anyone looking at me can see my information at the top. I've set myself to my contacts view, so my contacts are all arranged below, and I have them grouped. And to view any particular group, I simply expand it. So let's say today I wanted to collaborate with Lori. I can simply scan through to see where she is in my list, or I could search for her using the search window. Lori looks to be free. I can see that using her presence, and so by hovering over her little picture name area there, I can start a chat with a click. Lori, are you free for a demo? Now, if my conversation with Lori was very simple, we might stick with a simple chat conversation. But if we wanted to go a little deeper, all I have to do is click the buttons that I find here at the bottom. I can add audio. Lync call means that my computer would call her computer. Literally, I click a button and we're able to speak to each other. I could add audio. I could add video, turning on my camera to let her see me. I can't force her to have her camera on, but she might choose to if I'm volunteering to. Or I can add content like we were just talking about, putting in a PowerPoint, sharing my monitors, or adding a whiteboard. Let's do that for today. With a click then, I choose to add a whiteboard, and my Lync window resizes to allow the content to show up on the right. I can use my annotation tools found over on the far right to mark up our whiteboard. The text tool might be where I put my ideas for a draft outline for us to collaborate and brainstorm together on. Or if we had something for her input on, I might paste in a picture, and then we can use the annotations to mark that up and edit in real time together collaboratively. When we're done, if what we've come up with is valuable enough that I want to hang on to it, underneath the annotation bar is an extra series of dots, more menu items, where I can save what we've created as its own file, or add it to my OneNote for easy note-keeping. So this whole conversation Lori and I could have been having was all done with a click. I didn't have to set up any meetings, pull up any phone numbers, and neither of us had to unplug our machines to move to a different office. So this is what we mean by making it easy to start conversations and stay connected. Lync really is allowing me to be more productive in less time. All right, so I'll thank Lori, close our conversation, and I'm back to carrying on my day. Let's go ahead and end the demo at this point, and we'll review just a few more points. So up to now, we've been talking about what happens when I reach out to initiate a conversation with someone else. On the flip side, if someone wants to reach out to me and I'm in the middle of something, I have the option of accepting the conversation request, choosing to ignore it, or if I'm really not free, maybe I'm up against a tight deadline, I can set myself right there to do not disturb. So while Lync is allowing me to connect and receive conversation requests at any time, I still have control over when I want my virtual Lync door closed for that undisturbed working time. Another thing to keep in mind, Lync really does put people at the center of their communications, which means it can go wherever you go. With Lync mobile clients, users can leverage their contact lists, make and receive calls, join Lync meetings, no matter where they are, so long as they have an internet connection. And with the single Lync identity, they aren't having to identify themselves with long numeric passcodes or PINs, which simplifies the process of connecting. Additionally, the Lync web app allows people who don't have Lync to join Lync meetings with full feature functionality, including the multi-party video, voice over IP computer audio, instant messaging, desktop and PowerPoint sharing, without having to install anything. So if you're someone who regularly sets up meetings with clients or vendors outside your organization, the web app means you don't have to worry about any special preparation or accommodation. If the invited participants don't have Lync, they'll be prompted to join with the web app, and they'll then be able to contribute and participate in the conversation along with everyone else. Finally, the enterprise voice capabilities extend Lync's integration even further. Lync can in fact replace your entire phone system, letting you make calls to and receive calls from any number, all using Lync on your computer or mobile. Lync with Enterprise Voice lets you manage your voicemail, your delegate calling, and your call forwarding options, again, all from your computer. Additionally, phone conferencing options can also be handled by Lync, which means when you would schedule a Lync meeting, the optional phone conferencing details are automatically included as part of the meeting invitation and automatically connect to the Lync computer audio during that meeting, which means you as the organizer never have to struggle to bridge together separate audio inputs before the meeting begins. So let's recap the benefits. The recurring theme is that Lync will make connecting and collaborating easier. Lync will save you time and travel expenses while increasing your ability to collaborate with people all over the world. With its clean, user-friendly interface, you can have more meaningful conversations instead of one-dimensional email exchanges that might drag on over time. And on the technical back end, Lync has several deployment options which allow your company to tailor the deployment to their individual needs. So by now, my hope is that you've seen enough to be ready for your next step. If you'd like to review other Lync resources, explore at lync.com. If you're interested in free instructor-led training that dives deeper into the how-to aspects of using Lync, learn by signing up for our online classes. And if you already have access to Lync, start using it to communicate with your colleagues and clients. There are several other resources available to help you learn more about Lync, and we've included a few of those URLs here for your reference. Feel free to pause this recording and jot these down. Thank you very much for attending the recording of the Lync 2013 Daily Demo. I hope it's been helpful to you in learning about Lync and the benefits that Lync brings as a unified communications tool.